Hello everyone, today is day 6. Well, you see, if you can hear something wrong in my voice, it's probably because I caught a slight cold, but I'm still trying to make this video, so please watch till the end to support me. Well, you see, this morning I was playing some chess in bed, and then I just don't know what got into me. It seems as if I unlocked my inner superpower or something. And basically what happened is I won 3 games, and to me, they're all extremely meaningful. So in today's video, I'll be first sharing these 3 games, and then once I finish that, we will play a live game so I can share the action with you guys. Another reason for playing that live game is that we're rated 2397 right now, which means if I win the next game, I am going to reach 2400. So I hope you guys are interested, and let's begin in today's journey. So the first game we're going to analyze is one of my best tactical masterpieces. So basically it's just a clean opening, and then my opponent plays this h5 thing and tries to throw an attack early. Well, something like this is generally dubious, and let me show you why. Normal development, and when h4 is played, I take, the sacrifice is done. Now, I found this crucial move to bring my knight over to defend while attack this bishop. So, after bishop a7, we have bishop e3, trying to trade off the bishop again, knight d4. And by this point, this is also already a slight mistake, in my opinion, and the reason of which is I've got bishop d4, and c5, an extremely interesting tactical move. So the logic here is, if bishop c5, we play queen a4, and if it blocks, we play knight d6, takes, and we win the queen. Oops, not this, queen h4. Now, if it doesn't block, we play something like this, we take the bishop, and basically, he can't take because we take the queen, so if he takes, we take the queen again. He will be forced to move the queen away, perhaps over here, and just knight e4, and we're winning. We're up a piece. So in the other line, where he doesn't play bishop c5, rather pawn c5, it is even more interesting because of e3, bishop b2, and rook b1. Now, you see, the only square the bishop's got is bishop a3, and now we play queen a4. Again, if this, the king moves aside, we take the bishop, and again, we are winning. So after this beautiful move, c5, I'll probably give myself a double exclamation mark. d5 is played, no, f5 is played, and I exchange knight for the bishop. He takes a pawn, and that basically just walks into this tactic, and he resigns. 60 moves, first win of the day, and now we move on to game 2. Game 2 was against a Federation Master, and as you can see, I won. This is the first time I've beaten somebody titled, and oh, actually I think I might have beaten a National Master, but this is definitely the first time I beat a FM, and for the first 3 games I played with him, actually, one game I was completely winning this game, and I just blundered this back rank checkmate, which is just super sad. The other game, I'm worse, and I lost. One game was draw. I could have won, but it is time trouble. So I have a feeling we might be able to take revenge today. Because overall my opponent isn't that strong, especially in these middle game tangles, but he is extremely good in time pressure. So let's see how this game turned out. The opening was a King's Indian, which I'm expecting, and in a few moves deep he played the c5 variation, d5, and he went for b5. Well, he actually got me out of prep here, because I had a faint memory that in some lines I could take, but actually, it is only takeable, I don't know what takeable is, if you have either played queen d2, or you have already played bishop e2 and castle. So the reason taking is incorrect is because after this sequence, and here, I think I played queen d2 in the game, queen b5, and black is better. Even though the material is extremely balanced, I am worse. Because of this powerful bishop controlling the side of the board, these 2 pieces are ready to go in action, and as a bonus, my king is cut off, I can't castle, so the rook is just standing there doing nothing. I'm definitely in a bad position, so let's see how I managed to get back in the position. A few moves later, I tried to trade off the bishop, he moved it away, which, in my opinion, is not exactly a good move. He probably should have just allowed a trade, and because if he moved here, let's not say the bishop is extremely passive. This bishop is going to be a monster in the future, and can even cause some mate threats. So let's see how the game progressed. a4, a classic idea, when you have taken on b5 in the c5, b5 systems, a common thing is a4 and knight b5 to block counterplay. Bishop d7 stops knight b5, and here I played knight g5 in an attempt to attack f7. Now, rook a7 is played, potentially to bring the rook over to target b3, or perhaps just to move the bishop away in the future and to protect the king side. I played queen f4, f6 is played by my opponent, which allowed knight e6. A nice square for the knight, and here I think he made a mistake, which is bishop e6. Because after that, look at this king. He's really suffering. Like, I'm targeting f7. All the squares are cut off. The bishop is doing nothing. This pawn is extremely powerful. And potentially in the future, there might be some problems on e7, or perhaps some problems like queen over, knight up, and sacrificing to push the pawn down. Normal development, knight b5, rook b7, short castles. Well, I played knight b5, so I got the chance to castle for the first time. Why not do it? Rook b5, a surprising move. I give credit for my opponent to correctly evaluate this position as still slightly better for him. I really didn't think this is going to be that nice for him, but apparently it is a good exchange sacrifice, and here he made the crucial mistake, misevaluating this position. After all, I've got two rooks against only one, and a knight, and this bishop is doing nothing while this bishop is actually creating a threat. Even though in a way both of these two bishops aren't actually doing anything, but there is always some background problems potentially in the future. So here, misevaluates, gives up the queen. After trades, we take the a file, and this allows our intrusion into enemy territory. Rook a7, a smart move, coming back to attack this pawn. The pawn I mentioned before that is potentially weak, and now after knight c6, we can play rook c7, threatening checkmate. And meantime, attacking the knight. Play rook b6, and now rook c8 is simply checkmate. So, nice game. I didn't really think if my opponent is still trying to save the game here, he wouldn't see the background checkmate. He is a strong opponent. But ultimately, I came out on top. Nice game. I'm really satisfied, and let's move on to the next game. This game is my best win of all time, but actually, it is kind of a strange win. So, let me show you the details. Basically, it's a strange opening, but quite common still, and I just play the opening like in normal fashion. H3 is basically signaling an attack on the king side, so I'm a bit scared to short castle because I'm probably going to get outplayed by my opponent. I went for some slow play and just basically tried to keep my king in the center. Well, we traded pieces and then he threw on the attack. Now I decided I'm going to go for this move, because if here we can give a check, king e2, and now it takes. If knight takes for some reason, I honestly don't understand what king e7 does, but just potentially some moves that can create progress in the position. Originally, I thought there might be some tricks like this. But of course there's this move. I always like to blunder rooks, I don't know why, but if not for this move, this would have been a nice and creative move. Yeah, this is just checkmate. So, well, g5, interesting move, though not tactically correct. Knight e5, a great move, and I'm forced to move the rook away. He slid the rook over in an attempt to play this, I guess. Here I just played knight e5, which is honestly pretty stupid of me. In my mind, I just thought he's going to go here, and I can just move away, and if he takes, I take, I should be better. But I just simply forgot there's pawn takes. And after that, I'm immediately like, oh, I messed this up, and I didn't even play rook 7, 6, some moves in, and you see I'm absolutely winning. But guess what? Now, my opponent left the game. He just logged off for an entirety of 1 minute, and he has just lost. I claim the win, and now I am officially 2397, one step away from claiming 2400 milestone. So now let's get ready and prepare to play our game of the day, and let's see if we can cross over 2400 together. Okay, let's go. 5 plus 0. Okay, here we go, 2200, which is enough. 3 points is all I ask for, and here we play the c6 line, trying to put both pawns in the center. Okay, this is really dubious, and I have a feeling we might just be straight up close to winning here. Okay, let's see if we can calculate some interesting lines. I think we can play this. It's like, there's honestly not a good spot to go to with the knight. So now I think we're just absolutely better. I was tempted to play this, but there's this. So we can postpone that. I think the natural move here is taking more space, and perhaps threatening to play this. We can play g3, and I don't see why we bring the knight. Prepare e4 furthermore. Bishop g2 expected. Now let's try to castle. Okay. Oh, he played knight d2. I was expecting bishop d2. Okay, probably should have played bishop c3, but I guess he tricked me. a3, and now we short castle. That's why we have played this move, because now my rook can support the progress in the king side. So after short castles, he played queen c2, and let's just play c5 and turn this into a anti-King's Indian or something like that, reversed. Which in my opinion we do have decent chances with black. The idea here, of course, is b5. So let's bring extra manpower to stop this threat. And knight f3. Actually, I think there's a tactic, right? If takes, we have bishop f5. Okay, he didn't go for taking the pawn and losing the exchange. Well, b3 looks really tempting right now. Takes. And now the center is blasted open. And let's see if we can immediately take advantage. First up, this queen looks kind of trapped. When we attack it, probably something like f3. Oh, knight f3. Then we can utilize the pin and go here, threatening both this, not really, and of course knight d2. And potentially knight e2 as well. Well, he castled, which is kind of expected. And let's just go for knight e2. And now what? We probably should bring in this knight. Oh, I mean, isn't this just a fork? Huh, okay. A fork is a fork. And he brought back the knight. Okay, so let's do this. And the idea here is to play bishop f6 and bring my knight up. Okay. He is actually putting up some resistance. Quite annoying. And we do have low time, so we should be careful. But I think we can do this. Let's grab the piece. Bring our bishop back. Okay. Queen over. Prepare to take. He pushed past me. Okay. We bring our rook over. We first open our king, and we can go here. The idea of which is to come here, etc. And in a way, his pieces are actually frozen, because I'm threatening to play rook f2, which is extremely scary. And if it doesn't move the knight, doesn't move the queen, what is he going to do? Okay, let's come in. And here. This is actually slightly harder than what I expected. Okay, nope. Nope. Uh-oh. I need to find a way to break through, which I think is coming here and playing this. Okay, stop that again, but we have this there. The major problem, in my opinion, is how there's no pawns to be captured. So it's not exactly that easy to finish off the game immediately, but perhaps this is close. I hope. This looks winning. And this is checkmate. Okay, +3. We just managed to reach 2400. Let's take a quick overlook of our game, and we can call it a day for now. I mean, this is an extremely dubious opening, definitely. I just converted it into another line, only we're much better, and here, after some moves, I won this exchange, and it is basically over. A clean game. As you can see, I messed up slightly, but I guess it's still okay. We won the f2 pawn, we made progress, tried to break through the position, tried to poke some holes. Oh my god, knight g5 is a powerful move. It's major, mainly because of time pressure, and I couldn't really handle the position that well, but ultimately, I managed to poke some holes over here, and trick him with this move. Luckily, I did. It was actually a close call, but thankfully we managed to win the game. Now we are officially 2400 for the very first time. Indeed, I will be recording a next video very soon. It is about why your rating is below 2000. I'll give 3 reasons and teach you how to fix them. And I hope you enjoy this game and wait for the video to come out. It will be coming out very soon in probably half a day. So I hope to catch you there. See you and peace until next time. Bye.